Today, the Patreon members have chosen Borussia Mönchengladbach for us to rebuild. A team which was very successful in the past, mainly during the 1970s.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, the early 70s when they had all their most success, and it was when they had a very young squad. And they got the nickname, I think, then as well, from called the Colts.
Yeah.
In our language, is like a youth team coming through.
Yeah. I play for Plymouth Colts.
That's right. Yeah. And I think that it might have actually come from Sir Matt Busby.
Oh, really?
In 71, they played in a European game against Inter Milan, and they beat them 7-1.
Yeah.
But it's called the can game because one of the players got hit in the head by a can of Coke, empty can of Coke.
Yeah.
I've read. So and the UEFA squashed the result. But Sir Matt Busby said, "I don't think any team would have beat that team on the day. They were that good."
Yeah.
And he said they are the Colts coming through.
Oh, well, we're actually going to add a little bit of a twist to this rebuild because we are doing something very similar. We are only signing German players and we are not signing anybody over the age of 23. Now, if we take a look at the club culture, that's based on the club culture as well. Sign players under the age of 23 for the first team is a big requirement.
Yeah.
And sign players based in Germany, which, a lot of the time they tend to be German. And do not sign players over the age of 28. It's a desired importance. So when I seen that...
I think one of those challenges is hard enough, but having both of them is
exactly
really hard, isn't it?
When I seen that, I thought this is the perfect opportunity to do a type of save like this. I added a little bit of a twist to a team like Borussia Mönchengladbach because sometimes the Bundesliga chuck a lot of money at you and it can be very easy to sort of gain when you know a lot about the players in the game after, we're 8 months into the same cycle, then it can be very easy to all of a sudden turn things around in your favour.
Yeah.
So I think this adds a definite disadvantage to us, but also a nice little twist to see how we do.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
So this first season then, of course we will take a look at some of the players as we go along, but this first season we did get given a little bit of money and I did spend a bit. If we go along, and I've got the update as well, by the way, so as we are recording this, the very start of July, any signing that they have made recently, you can see here on the 2nd of the 8th, which has happened in real life, is actually happened on the game, same as the outs. They've sold 4 players there, including the likes of Dennis Zakaria, who went in January. But I've made one signing myself, and his name is Jordan. I'm not going to pronounce that last name, but he is German, and he is turned 24, but when we signed him in July, he was only 23, and he is a very good defender. The main reason why I bought him is he's a left-footed defender.
Yeah.
He's pacey, he's strong, he's got everything that I like other than positioning, which is down to 11. But that's not too bad. And I don't think the price of £6 million is that bad either. That's a very cheap cost. Yeah. So bringing in Jordan at the start of the game, I think this is going to be a good signing for us. On the outs, we didn't have any outs. We obviously lost a lot of players throughout the summer anyway in real life transfers, and I decided to keep with what we have. But tactically, I'm going with this. Now, it's a spin-off of the Bilbao tactic that we had, but I changed around the positions. So it's very different in kind of the formation side of things, but the way we play is very similar to the Bilbao tactic. Just haven't saved the name yet. But all of the instructions are very similar. This is a very aggressive tactic. The reason for that is they do have a good team, but they're really good at work rate.
Yeah.
I noticed teamwork, work rate is something that this team has in abundance in all their players. And you kind of need a specific type of player for this tactic to work.
Yeah.
But we don't really have the players to suit the tactic that they had, so we had to adapt it, which is why we're going with this. And I've got 3 players who I want to play every single game. We've got Jordan playing at left centre back there. We got Florian Neuhaus, who's only 24 years of age. He looks a really good box-to-box midfielder, hence playing in the box-to-box role. And we've got Marcus Thuram as a striker. Now, he only has 11 composure and 12 finishing with 11 anticipation, which is absolutely awful as a striker. However, the other options up front, I don't think has what Jordan does have. He is 6'4" with a lot of pace, a good jumping reach, decent bravery. He's going to be good at attacking the ball, and he's very pacey.
Yeah.
So what I'm hoping is we win the ball back, and he just has so many opportunities that he can actually score some.
It's going to take him 3 attempts to score one, probably.
It could do, yeah. But we do have a lot of really good players. We've got a shallow striker role there. This is a guy that I think will probably sit in that shallow striker role last Dindo. He's a bit of a veteran in the Bundesliga, as you can see. He's played so many years, especially in the Bundesliga, like the last 15 years almost. He is going to be a really good shallow striker. We've got a couple of youngsters coming through as well. We've got like the likes of Luca Netz, 18 years of age, who can play on that left-hand side. I think I've actually used him already during the early games in the league on this left midfield role, because that can be sort of the both options. You can play left back and left midfield. And yeah, I think what we have right here is we don't have a big squad. We don't have a big squad. If we take a look at this is not a very big squad.
That's one of the smallest squads we've had, isn't it, I think?
It is, especially to begin with. Sometimes I end up with squads like that because I think, I'll release them. I think, Christ, I've released too many people. But even starting off, this was not a big squad at all. So we're dealing with what we have. Let's take a look at the schedule. We've won all 4 games so far, including
the big one.
The big one. 2-0 victory against Bayern Munich. Very good start. At home, Lars Stindl with the first, Marcus Thuram with the second in the 87th minute to close off, obviously, a very good Bayern Munich team. They still have Lewandowski at the minute. Bayer Leverkusen as well. That's another big game.
Especially at their ground as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there we go.
Stadium.
It's a very good stadium, isn't it? Yeah. I just think that's really weird. It reminds me of like a sports hall because of that wall at the end. I don't know what it is. And Union Berlin. 1-0 victory against them, who can be a tricky team on this game. So we've started off fantastic. And to be honest, before I actually started this, looking at those fixtures, I thought, oh, Jesus Christ, like this is going to be difficult.
3 wins, no goals conceded.
Yeah, very good indeed. Now, we don't have any European football. They didn't qualify for European football last season, so we obviously have that job for us to do ourselves. We're currently joint top with Borussia Dortmund, but of course, there's only been 3 games so far. What are your expectations of this rebuild, by the way? As Gladbach.
I definitely want to win their domestic cup.
Yeah.
And try and get us into the Champions League.
Yeah.
So what's that in their league? Probably top 2, isn't it?
4. It is top 4.
Well, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, there we've got a good chance. Let's try and get in the Champions League.
I think so too, yeah.
Let's try and get into the knockout stage.
I agree. DFB Pokal, we've mentioned time and time again. It is one of my favourite trophies to look at. It is glorious. What a lovely trophy that is. So I would like you to win one of those. Right, let's simulate this first season. Right, the first season, we finish in 2nd place.
Brilliant.
Very good. Champions League football next year. We are obviously against a very difficult Bayern Munich team, 20 points behind them.
They lost 2 games. One of them we know was definitely against us. So.
Exactly that. So the other one was against Wolfsburg away from home too. They did also score 98 goals and only conceded 17.
That's why they're the top, though, isn't it?
Very much so.
That's a brilliant result for us, though, I reckon. That's
very good.
Good start.
Yeah, 6 points ahead of 5th place there, Mainz, who can be tricky. Bayern Munich dominated all the statistics. It's not really a surprise there, really.
No.
I think Lewandowski scored 43. We were second with 28 with Marcus Thuram, a guy who obviously we looked at not being able to shoot or be very composed. Considering that he's managed to get 28 goals in the league, that's not bad at all. But 43 from Robert Lewandowski. Sometimes he leaves after the first season, so fingers crossed.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
So there we go. Okay, not bad at all. But what about other competitions? We got the DFB Pokal to look forward to. Have we won it? No. Semi-finals by that team, Bayern Munich.
That's the thing in these cup. You've got to stay away from the big sides and hope someone else knocks them out.
Exactly. They face Schalke in the final, which I think Schalke's done really well because they're in the 2nd division. So fair play to them getting to the final. But that's one of those scenarios.
They shouldn't be there, should they?
No, that's one of those scenarios. If you get the good side of the draw, you can get all the way to the final. If not, you get knocked out by Bayern Munich or Dortmund. Okay, let's take a look at statistics then, because how many goals did Marcus Thuram score outside of that? 33 goals in total. That's really good.
Yeah.
We just didn't really have like a back room of it. 8 goals there from Hans Wolf, Patrick Herrmann.
At least another 2 players hitting in double figures, don't
exactly you? That, yeah. That might be our big problem there. But again, this tactic it's not going to give us that many goals unless the shallow striker is a goal scorer, I feel like. That could be something that we have to look into going forward. But I think security, it's done well for us. Luka Netz has surprised me for 18 years of age, got 11 assists. That's the most for the team this season. It's not an amazing amount of assists, but considering the amount of games he did play, 11 assists for an 18-year-old is very good. He got a good average rating as well. So we have every right to be happy with Luka Netz performing that well. He's very much like a 10 play. You can see the amount of 10, 11s he's got. Very well rounded at everything, really, instead of being good at one thing. Okay, we'll go forward to the second season. Remember, we're only signing players if they are German and they're under 24. So that's what we need to look at, and we've only been given £45 million. So that's what we need to work with. But before we do that, today's video is sponsored by Manscaped. Crotch discomfort hurting your game? Fear no more. The kings of crotch comfort, Manscaped, have spent 2 years designing the most comfortable boxer briefs out there. Sleek, soft, comfortable and flexible, the brand new Boxers 2.0 from Manscaped take your balls to the royal ball throne. The global leaders in below the waist grooming have the Lawnmower 4.0 for the trimming, so you can wear the Boxers 2.0 for the chilling. So let your bulge breathe and get 20% off plus free shipping by using my code OMEGA at manscaped.com. Let's say you're on a date and your partner catches that Manscaped on the waistband of your underwear. It's almost guaranteed to raise some eyebrows and act like a billboard on the highway to Pleasure Town. But once the pants come off, you know you are smooth and smelling great with a Performance Package 4.0. Guys, I have 2 of these because the skin safe technology is perfect for my balls and my face. And now my wife can't keep her hands off of me because she knows Manscaped has me trimmed up the way she likes it and smelling fantastic with the Crop Preserver and the Crop Reviver. All of this is included in the Performance Package 4.0, as well as a t-shirt, boxers, and a weed whacker for your nose and ears, and with a very sleek travel bag as well to put them all in. So check out manscaped.com and use my code OMEGA for 20% off and free shipping. Supporting my sponsors allow me to continue to do this job full time. So thank you to everybody who's helped support me so far, and thank you if you're going to do it right now. Omega at manscaped.com. Thank you, and let's get back to the video. Welcome back. We saw one player this transfer window during the summer, and that was Breel Mbolo, a player we actually signed in the Monaco rebuild, I believe, and done really well with him. This time round, we haven't really used him, and he's not really progressed into anything serious. I don't think we used him in the last season very much at all, just the 9 games with the 1 goal, and we still managed to get £6.5 million for him. He has actually scored 3 goals, but 2 assists for Cologne, but that's what I mean. Yeah, it happens, doesn't it? Sometimes, players just play really well at certain clubs. They go to somewhere else. Fernando Torres being one of them.
Cologne amazing at Liverpool. Rivals as well. That's the ones that we've got our main.
They are indeed. So. They are the fierce rivals. FC Cologne local.
Unusual for teams to sell teams to their main rivals, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I was happy to, and it turns out that might have been a mistake. We've got a lot of other rivals though. There's some historic ones. Bayern Munich, local again, Bayer Leverkusen, and a couple of lower league clubs as well.
What it doesn't show on there though, which I can't see, so it's not on there, is the friendship team. They have actually got a friendship team.
Okay, yeah.
And this friendship team, they go over and watch some of their games, and they'll come and watch their games.
As soon as you say it, I'm going to know exactly who it is.
Liverpool.
Oh, of course.
I think it mainly comes with the times that they've played against each other in Europe. And I think they've played, I'm not 100%, I know 1 final, but I think they've played 2 finals against each other, and Liverpool's beaten both times.
Yeah.
But they've bonded, and they've got a really good friendship now. So the team swap and come over and watch the team play sometimes.
I like that.
Yeah, I do like it. I don't think there's enough teams in the world that do that. But I do like that.
I do really like that, especially when it's foreign. I don't think it shouldn't really happen that much in the same country. No, but
definitely foreign.
There's many other examples. If you know any other examples, let us know. I'm pretty sure Leicester have one like that with a German club. I can't remember who it is, but there's a few clubs like that.
Of another foreign team, and let us know. It'd be interesting.
Absolutely. As well as, if you are from Gladbach, let us know what the food's like at the stadium. We want to know every time. It's just we tend to find out more if it's the English one, because we kind of know what how bad the English food's like.
In Germany, eh?
Yeah, what's a Frankfurter like at Borussia Mönchengladbach Stadium? Because Borussia Park looks amazing, and I've got a feeling the German food is amazing.
Yeah.
And you see in the crowd they got the big German beers or whatever. I don't know whether they're allowed that anymore, but whether they got the big German beers with a big Frankfurter.
I'll tell you what, looking at that picture of their ground though, if you take away the writing on the seats and all that, you could mistakenly think that's home park.
You could, to be fair, yeah. Other than this, local, this side here, you wouldn't, but you could.
One side of Argos pit is
a lot higher.
That, you could mistakenly take that for as Argos ground.
Black seats. I like black seats in a stadium.
I know Argos green, but it's the angle that it's
dark,
on, isn't it?
Yeah, it's dark, isn't it? So, I do agree with that. Okay, then, let's take a look at the signings we have made, though. We've looked at one player leaving. I have made 3 players on the ins. In fact, 4, but one of them doesn't join us just yet. So, £4 million, Felix Aguero. I'm really happy with this signing because I feel like right back we were struggling. This guy, 22 years of age, German, plays on both flanks, and he's a very good left back / right back. And he actually has a good potential in the game too. So I think that's a good
when
signing.
you can put a player opposite sides.
Oh yeah,
I mean he must be comfortable on either foot. Really.
Left foot fairly strong, right foot very strong.
There you go.
So ambidextrous, something like that, isn't it? How you say it? I have also signed Lazar Samardzic, who is a 20-year-old German attacking midfielder / centre midfielder. The only problem with him is he obviously has a random determination, and we've been given a 1.
And
so
bravery
a 3.
You
wouldn't take him into a fight, would you? I bet if one of his players got started, I'd go, I ain't doing any of that.
Yeah, I got you back.
Where's he gone? Yeah. So come on, Lazar, let's do him. Lazar. So we signed him for £10.75 million. Again, he has a good potential. We'll see how that one turns out. Angelo Stiller from Hoffenheim, £9 million. Plays in that centre defensive midfielder role, also in that centre midfielder role, because I don't think we had enough quality in there. So he actually trained at Bayern Munich as a youngster, moved to Hoffenheim on a free transfer, played 15 games, and we bought him for £9 million. But our options are limited with the restrictions that we're putting. Yeah, with the restrictions that we're giving ourselves. So I think he's a good signing. So overall then, a good transfer window. We're going to stick it out this season and see how this one goes, because we're bedded in a few new players.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to guarantee any time to any of these positions. I think we stick at it right now. Our assistant manager knows, if he went there, that Marcus Thuram is our best striker in that position. And, I mean, you've seen it there. He has scored a lot of goals already. This is, of course, the World Cup year, meaning we have played more games, so let's take a look. We have lost the Super Cup 3-2. Marcus Thuram managed to pick up 2.
That's unlucky, really.
94th minute hat-trick goal from Robert Lewandowski.
You can't stop him, can you?
At their home ground as well.
Yeah, that's a bit... That's
come
wrong
on.
There, isn't it?
Yeah, what's going on there? Play us at the Olympic Stadium. Come on. 7-1 victory in the Cup, but we should never be knocked out. Yeah, be first round, no way. But then we drew with them in the league, and that's not bad. 85th minute equaliser from Marcus Thuram. He did actually score, what's that, 4? No, 3. 3 in that game there. So he scored there. He's then got another one. This is 4 games in a row now, and a 1-0 win against Werder Bremen. He scored another 2. This is 5 games in a row now, and then we played Union Berlin in a 6-0 win, and he managed to pick up 5 there. He is scoring so many. That run ended though in a 1-0 loss to Schalke, but he continued scoring again against Wolfsburg, 2-0 victory, and another one against Fortuna Düsseldorf.
Another good start, isn't it? Another good start.
Very good start indeed. So far this season, he has 16 goals in 9 games, with 11 in 7 in the league.
Good start.
Really good from Marcus. Really good. We have our Champions League group though. PSG, Roma,
Why do we always
Olympiacos.
draw PSG?
It's the same, isn't it? It's always PSG.
Right, so we got...
because usually it's Bayern Munich if we don't get PSG. But we can't get Bayern Munich in this one. So we got to face Jose Mourinho's Roma.
Again. All right, we'll take him on.
And if Poch is still at the helm there, he's been replaced now by Favre. Yeah, he'll probably end up at United.
All right, I'm going to go for, we're going to Europa League.
You think Europa League?
Yeah,
I'll definitely tell we should be.
We've won the Europa League twice, so let's get in and let's do it again, shall we?
Absolutely, so we should be knocking out Olympiacos, that's for sure. Right, okay, let's simulate this second season. Okay then, second season, second time we finished second. But unfortunately, the gap between us and Bayern Munich has extended, and that is because they went unbeaten.
Oh, you can't argue with that, can you?
No, they only drew 4 games. One of them was against us in that one.
Do you know we were the first team to actually win the league 2 times in a row? To actually...
Oh, back to back?
Back to back.
Fair play.
Yeah, we're the first team to do that in the 70s.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, that was obviously when it was a split.
Yeah.
So West and East Germany.
Yeah.
But I think the West Germany, isn't it? Gladbach.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's where we had Bayern Munich to contend with, so that's decent.
Yeah.
But 94 points to 66, we're still far ahead of
Nearly
5th
30
place.
Points. There's a lot in it, 30 points.
Yeah, but we are so far behind Bayern Munich. It's a joke right now, and that's probably because they still have Robert Lewandowski. Oh my God, they still have Lewandowski, but he did not win the Golden Boot because Marcus Thuram has broke the record for the most goals in the Bundesliga.
Here we go.
43. That's insane.
Who was saying he's not really a striker?
Me. He's only gone up to 12 finishing and 12 composure and 12 anticipation, but the rest of him is good enough to be there or thereabouts. I'm guessing he scores a lot of goals from set pieces.
Yeah, he must do, yeah.
Being 6'4" with really good jump and reach and bravery and etc. like that, just playing to his strengths really, and that's what you got to do as a manager. Play to his strengths. He's got a good average rating, and Lars Stindl has 11 assists this season, but still, Bayern Munich dominated. They dominated most of the statistics outside of goals there. They've done very, very well indeed. But have they won back-to-back cups? Oh, they knocked us out of the semi-final. And we were knocked out of the group stage of the Champions League. We didn't even go to Europa League. Wow. Okay, so the DFB Pokal was won again by Bayern Munich. That's back-to-back years from Bayern Munich. They defeated Wolfsburg there. The Champions League was won by Liverpool against Real Madrid. Bayern Munich won it last year.
Yeah.
So that's impressive. They did do the treble last year. But we were knocked out in the group stage.
Dear. That's bad then, isn't it?
That is bad.
Yeah.
So let's take a look then, because how are we knocked out by Olympiacos? We only won one game.
I can tell you we got knocked out. We didn't win our own games.
We didn't win our own games. We actually only won one game, and it was away. So
there you go.
There you go. Olympiacos beat us twice. That is poor. Yeah. Those are the two games that they won. We drew in a home game against PSG, though. Just couldn't win it. Lost the other four.
Mad.
Very, very crazy stuff. Okay, fair enough. Well, let's take a look at statistics then. Who's been scoring the goals? Who's been assisting? Marcus Thuram got 54 goals in 44 games in total. No assists. Marcus! Right, he scored again. That is amazing. I don't think I've ever seen that amount of goals with no assists before. That's got to be a record. Alexandre Plié, who's been playing on the left-hand side, managed to get 10 goals and 9 assists. Last Stindl got 18 assists from shadow striker role. That's not bad at all. I've got to be happy with that. Jonas Hoffmann getting 11 assists as well. That's not bad. We've got a good amount of players who are getting a 7 or above average rating. It does look like a lot of them are first-team players, which is obviously a good thing for us. Do you think there's something that we're missing right now? Do you think maybe the tactic needs changing? What's your opinion?
I was going to say an outright striker, and it's a really good one, but if he's playing somebody behind him, just helping him. I mean, we're not getting enough players scoring enough goals. I know he scored 54. You know, he's took most of all the chances, but to be better, you've got to have 2 or 3 players definitely in double figures.
Yeah, you've got to have a second striker knocking on 20, haven't you?
Yeah.
Or getting above 20 at least. So it could be something that we look into, but again, with this restriction, there's not a lot of German players.
To come runners up in the league, we must be alright defensively in our league.
Yeah.
We're not defensively good enough in the European leagues, but we always know that. We're always going to struggle in the European leagues. So let's try and improve. I think going forward,
Yeah.
Let's try and get that extra goal scorer.
Let's go forward to the third season then. Okay, there were 2 main players who left the club this summer. One was Nico Elvedi. He is a Swiss centre-back / right-back. We sold him to Leipzig, so we kept him in the league, which is quite questionable sometimes. We did get £17 million out of him, which I don't think that's bad at all, considering he only played 1 game last year.
Oh, there you go.
Actually, it might have been. Oh, it was this year. He played 27 games last year, in fact, so he was a starting player for us. The other player who did leave, though, Alexandre Plié, has left on a free transfer. He was the guy who was scoring, got a good amount of goals and assists. Not in the league, but he did get a good amount of games for us as well. He's been a first-team player for us. Leaves on a free transfer. He's 30 years of age now. It might be his time to go. He's not that amazing, to be honest. But we have replaced them. We have spent £50 million in total. Our marquee signing is Jonathan Burkat. He is mainly a striker. He is a very good player indeed. He's physical. He's got good acceleration, agility, and pace. Very good pace, in fact, 17. Good teamwork and work rate. I need those types of players.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Good determination as well, which obviously means once we go behind, he's determined to bring it back. He's not the best technically. He can dribble a ball. He can kind of finish and kind of got a decent first touch, but he's not as good as what we have seen previously.
He's still learning his trade, isn't he?
Only 23.
Yeah.
And we picked him up for £26.5 million. It's a lot of money, but we are buying him from Mainz. 3 goals, 2 assists last season in just 16 appearances, which is not a lot, to be honest.
He might have been injured.
Might have been injured. Yeah. So, we have signed him. But who else have we got? Nico Schlotterbeck replaces Elvedi. German, 23-year-old, plays centre-back. He is another left-footed though, that's the only problem, because now we've got 2 left-footed centre-backs, but we do have another centre-back at the club, but I'll show you him in a sec. But I think Nico Schlotterbeck is actually a really good defender on this game. Dortmund have just signed him in real life from Freiburg, so he is actually quite a up-and-coming player in real life right now. £7.25 billion, I think, getting him for that was cheap as chips. Lauren Ulreich, just £2.1 million for what I consider a really good 18-year-old. If we don't actually get to see him, maybe we can make a profit out of him. Maybe he's good enough for a Patreon member if they decide to take on after the 5 years. Remember, the £5 tier, if you go to patreon.com/MakeLukeGaming. As this comes out on the premiere, you can take a look on the Patreon, and the save game file will be there for you on the £5 tier or above.
It should be a good one as well, with the challenge that we're giving them. With signing the German players under
23 and under, you know that in 5 years' time they're only going to be 28 maximum. All of these new signings.
Could have a good squad there.
Exactly that. So he might be a player that you use that I don't. We have signed our first regen.
All right.
17 years of age. The reason why I managed to find him was I was looking for a striker, in fact, with a good first touch and anticipation and composure. I think it was
good teamwork as well.
Yeah. He can't finish, he's only 8, but he is only a centre attacking midfielder. But as soon as I seen a 17-year-old, we scouted him. £6.5 billion is not bad considering he has 5-star potential according to our scouts. So right now he doesn't have the best player traits for me. Comes deep to get ball, it's not one of my fan favourites, but he could be okay. Only 17, there's a long way for him to go.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Now, the signing that I made 2 years ago, which I said hasn't joined us yet, is this man, Nico Mantel. He is a German goalkeeper from Red Bull Salzburg. Now, we do have Jan Sommer in goal right now, who is one of the league's best goalkeepers for the last 5-10 years. But Nico Mantel, I think we need to bring in just in case, and he's a very cheap player. So
I think German goalkeepers are usually good as well, aren't they?
Good God, yeah. Look at how many really good ones there's been. Yeah. It's ridiculous, really, isn't it? Yeah. If you think, like, Ter Stegen at Barcelona has been Barcelona's #1 goalkeeper for ages, but he isn't Germany's #1 goalkeeper because of Manuel Neuer. Yeah. It's ridiculous, really. And then you think of all of the goalkeepers that probably have never been capped by Germany and you think should have. Kevin Trapp. I don't know whether he has been capped, but I don't think he's called up very often for Germany. It's just one of those positions, isn't it? It's like England and right backs. God, we got them coming out of our ears to the point where, like, Tariq Lamptey, I think, has just chosen to play for Ghana.
Yeah, that's such a shame.
Yeah, because he is really good, but obviously,
blame him.
No, he's got Trent, Reece James, all of these players in front of him, can't get a game. So he goes to Ghana instead.
Can't blame him.
No. So, yeah, I think that's a good summer. Yeah. I think that's a good summer. Let's take a look then, because we have changed the tactic. We're going a little bit more attacking, Dad. I've moved the position from there to there, and I've moved the striker across. Now, inside forward, Burkat. It's mainly because I think we play better with a shadow striker, but Burkat, yes, he can play up front naturally, but he can also play on this right-hand side, and he has player traits, cuts in. Runs the ball down the left, but he cuts in from the right wing. So what I'm thinking is he can do the defensive stuff on this side of things, because they do tend to defend the fullback when the fullback gets the ball. Instead, if I just stuck him up here by himself, we wouldn't get that. But when we are attacking, he's going to be sitting in around this area, and that's where we want him to be. So let's trial it. Yeah. Let's trial it. Burkat, new signing, we've put him in as the only player who will play it in that position. But if we take a look at pick that Striction, the best 11, remember that he will be there instead of Hoffman. This is what the team would look like. Hans Wolf now coming in the side as a 24-year-old in that shadow striker role, and he does look good at it as well. Yeah, okay. Let's see how this goes, because I think we've definitely improved the team now, and with this little change to go a little bit more attacking, we'll soon find out. The schedule then, it hasn't started well. The Super Cup, well, actually, that started well. That started really well.
Yeah, team.
Imagine beating Bayern Munich 6-0. They did go to 10 men straight away, but then we also got a player sent off on the 35th minute. It was a crazy game.
Yeah, it looks like it. 3 players sent off in total. Then.
Yeah, with 3 players sent off.
Take that at their ground as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Take it.
Then we beat this team 7-0 in the Cup, but then we lost to Leipzig And to my team, Eintracht Frankfurt, of course, my German team anyway. That's weird, isn't it? How can you go from beating Bayern Munich? Because we played the same tactic.
Yeah.
We didn't play a different tactic. You can see here it's named exactly the same.
Yeah.
It's just a little bit strange, but okay. Our Champions League group then.
Got a better chance now.
Arsenal, Benfica, Zagreb.
Better chance, I think.
Yeah. Zagreb's better than Olympiacos, so that's the only thing that worries me.
Yeah.
Because we couldn't even get past Olympiacos last time. Yeah, not as good.
Benfica could be one of those teams. They're either good, or if they've sold a few players, they're out.
Absolutely right, especially on Football Manager. They've got a plethora of really good players who tend to get picked off really quickly.
Yeah.
So that all depends. Arsenal's such a weird team on Football Manager. Sometimes they can win leagues, and you just think, how are they doing that?
I think their only problem sometimes they change their tactics to play in Europe, and they're just not used to changing their tactics. So they play the English way, and then try and play the continental way when they play in Europe, and it doesn't work for them.
No, absolutely. But I'd expect us to qualify at least in third in that group. I would hope so anyway.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Okay, well, we're in the third season. Let's simulate it. Third season then, third place. 2 points behind Borussia Dortmund, who have come back and reclaimed that second position.
We haven't improved really. I think it's Dortmund, Bayern Munich, and Dortmund have improved. Bayern Munich have
dropped off a lot.
They lost 2 games, didn't they? So.
Yeah, well, they drew 10.
Yeah.
So including a 5-5 draw with us. So we beat them 6-0 and we drew 5-all. So Bundesliga full of games like that. I love it.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, Borussia Dortmund come back. We lost the last game of the season as well, which would, if we had beat them, reclaimed our second spot. But that's unfortunate. The main thing is that we're finishing above Cologne.
Dortmund had an awful finish of the season.
Yeah, they lost 3 games and drew 1.
Yeah.
Really bad run, including Bayern Munich there. So, yeah, okay, it's not bad. Statistically, Bayern Munich dominated it again. I want to see the goals, though. Thuram got 29. It does look like they have lost Robert Lewandowski, which obviously, I mean, they've brought in Alexander Isak, who's a very good striker, but he's no Robert Lewandowski unless you know how to use him. Obviously, that's affected them because they go from only losing none, drawing 4, to losing 2 and drawing 10.
Yeah.
They've made some massive signings as well. 77 million. They made 183 million. How are you supposed to catch them?
Look where he went.
He went to. Oh my god. Jesus.
What a team they got now.
Yeah, Man City on a free. And they sold Goretzka for 93 million. Wow. And Sabitzer for 56. So they made 182. They only spent They only spent £1 million. But they also brought in Patrick Schick up front as well. So they brought in 2 really good strikers to play in the Bundesliga. Alexander Isak actually used to play in the Bundesliga for Borussia Dortmund. He didn't play that many games. He never actually scored in the Bundesliga. So this would have been his first season. 22 goals in 23 appearances isn't bad, really.
No.
Other competitions. Champions League football. Did we go into Europe or Europa League? Did we actually qualify for Champions League? And how do we do the DFB Pokal? Oh, runners up. First round knockout by PSG. So if you don't get them in your group, you get them in the first round. But the DFB Pokal, we were the runners up. And the team, it was Bayern Munich. 3-0. We beat them 6-0 in the Super Cup, and they don't let us win the important one. Oh, that's annoying. First round knockout stage Bayern Munich just won the Champions League again, twice in 3 years. So the first round, 6-1 in total. So we lost 3-1 in the first leg, 3-0 in the second.
I think the biggest shock there, is Man City first round won 3-0 against Real Madrid, and then the second round Real Madrid beat them 6-0 to go through.
Yeah, unbelievable there. Is it still... No, Thomas Tuchel's took over at Manchester City.
Well, we know the strike force, they've got there now.
Yeah, absolutely. Ten Hag is still there at Man United. Klopp, yeah, it's still Klopp. So they're still going to be really good. So that's not bad. Now I do want to see our group stage, because we did finish second in the group. Behind Arsenal, Benfica finished on 9 points, which is quite unlucky, really. So we defeated Zagreb twice, Benfica once in our home game. And we went away from home and drew against... Oh, no, we actually drew with Arsenal at home, which is the reason why we qualified.
Yeah.
The only team to actually stop Arsenal in any of their games. So that's not bad. Okay, I'm happy with that, but it's such a shame that we got all the way to a final and come up against Bayern Munich again, isn't it? Let's take a look at squad statistics then. Marcus Thuram, 44 goals in 45 games, but 1 from the bench is not bad at all.
No.
Jonas Hoffmann coming in with 19 assists this season, playing on that left-hand side, is really impressive, to be honest. The other goals, though, Burkat got 11 with 12 assists. Again, that needs to be higher.
Yeah, it's not enough, is it?
It's not enough indeed. Okay, we'll go on. 4th season. Who can we bring in? Let's find out. Now, we sold 2 players, one of them being Angelo Stiller and the other being Ulreich. So, despite me saying you could use them in the future, you can't now. No. I sold them. But I did actually make a profit from them, which is the reason why I did that £6 million, £4 million profit, despite never actually playing him. Which is the reason why I decided to let him go. However, the reason for that was because I was building funds, because somebody become available, and when this guy becomes available and he actually matches your transfer restrictions, you just have to go for him.
Not Lewandowski then, is it?
It's not Lewandowski, no. It's Yusufa Moukoko.
Hello.
When he comes available, you have to go for him.
Yeah.
And remember, Borussia Dortmund just finished 2nd place. And yet, we still managed to sign him. £60 million is what it cost us. But he did just come off the back of a loan deal. 15 goals in 33 appearances in the French Second League for Toulouse. I snapped them up straight away. However, it's not the only marquee signing. And I don't actually think it's the most expensive signing we made. But it was the reason why I sold the players at the end. Because we were given a lot of money. And I spent it on Florian Wirtz, 21-year-old centre attacking midfielder. He was the MVP, if you remember, of the Bayer Leverkusen debut, of the Bayer Leverkusen rebuild that we did. He is incredible, all the way around. So many good attributes that we have there. He's only 21. He's so young, but it cost us £18 million to activate his release clause.
Still good.
Yeah. He is a very good player on this game. He didn't have the best of years last year, but he's playing at Bayer Leverkusen, who have had a lot of their players pulled away from them. We've seen Patrick Schick, of course, leave already for Bayern Munich. And we needed bring in a bit of quality to try and bridge the gap between us and Munich. This could be that. Florian Wirtz and Yusufa Moukoko come in, and all of a sudden our club looks amazing. Now, bringing those 2 in, I needed to bring in more backups, because if we do change to a 2 formation up front, we need another striker.
Yeah.
Kevin Shade is the guy. I mean, what a name. That is a cool name, isn't it? Kevin Shade. 22-year-old German attacker or striker. Can play on the wings as well, which obviously adds to his value, in my opinion. He's a very pacey guy. Great off the ball. Good flair. Decent technicals and can head the ball as well. So I like
it. One of his traits that knocks the ball past the opponent.
Yeah,
that's it. You got a bit of pace. Go.
Good acceleration, agility, and pace. That's perfect for that, isn't it? We've signed him for only £8 million from Freiburg, despite him scoring 12 goals last season. 2 seasons ago, he got 20.
That's what we're after.
Yeah, and for only £8 million.
Yeah.
So we have definitely improved our attack. Yusufa Moukoko, Kevin Shade, and of course Florian Wirtz being the kind of the key to unlock everybody else's potential. So let's take a look tactically then, because we are going with the same. However, we have moved this position up to here. Reason for it is because the best player who actually plays there would be Marcus Thuram. So Marcus Thuram will go on the left. We've got the poacher as Yusufa Moukoko. We have the shadow striker of Florian Wirtz, and I've even gone on my corners, and I've made it so when Thuram plays on that left, he would be the guy attacking the corners, because I still think that's his deadliest thing.
Yeah.
But now we actually have an out-and-out striker who can actually play up front in Yusufa Moukoko. He's better at that.
Yeah, I think we're going to be better in the league, but that could make us more vulnerable in Europe.
Yeah, because of the defensive thing that this... The one thing that I would say I have changed which could counteract that is the inverted wing backs, because these guys then sit here in midfield. So it's just a weird match engine thing. Whenever you kind of are on attacks, these guys sit next to the centre midfielders as if they're ready to attack.
Yeah.
But what they're actually doing is screening the defence.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
So it does actually help quite a lot. So let's see what it's done schedule-wise. Now, it hasn't been the best, but there's definitely positives. We won 9-0 in the cup, but that's there. 5-5 against Hoffenheim means that we can score goals. But then we lose 1-0.
You see how many goals in that 5-5 draw was scored after we'd finished scoring our 5?
Yeah.
54th minute that we scored, and they got 3 goals after that.
We were 5-2 up.
We just chucked it away there, didn't we?
Chucked it away, unfortunately. We then lose to Mainz after stealing one of their players last season, and we draw to Augsburg.
I've just seen
89th
I've just seen our European draw.
We've got a friendly face in there. But we've also got PSG, who technically has knocked us out 2 years in a row. Because they knocked us out in the group stage the first year, they knocked us out in the first round the second year that we were in the Champions League, and
Europa
we also
League.
got Liverpool.
We're after the Europa League then.
Come on, Europa League. We got no faith. We're in Europa League. I'm with you on that one. Right, okay, let's simulate this fourth season and see how we do. Okay, we're back in second spot, and we're only 9 points behind Bayern Munich.
That's a better...
We are closing the gap.
Yeah. We're averaging that about 70 points, the top 60, 68, 69, 70 points. So we're consistently the same 4 years, really, haven't we?
Yeah. We actually dropped, if you take a look at that, 9 points in the last 5 games.
That's such a shame, isn't it?
Yeah.
Such a shame.
A loss to Dortmund. We beat Bayern Munich 3-0. That was their loss, that they had 2 games at the end of the season, but by then they had already won the league. Yeah. But we drew with Leverkusen, Berlin and Hamburg, which, if you win, obviously all of them, you get the same points.
Look at the 2 teams that got relegated.
Yeah, Hamburg and Berlin.
That's 2 not bad games to lose, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
I know they're going to be really fighting to try and stay up, but at the end of the day, we're fighting to try and win the league.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know?
So it's disappointing in that regard.
Yeah.
Profile-wise, Yusuf Moukoko was a top scorer of the league. He got 33 goals this season. It does amaze me that Bayern Munich absolutely... Well, they won the league again, but they have, no recognition in the statistics. You've got Joshua Kimmich, who's putting in good average rating, and you got Manuel Neuer, who's putting in good clean sheets, which just tells me that defensively they were just so strong that you couldn't get past them. Because, there you go. We scored the most goals this season by 13, but the fewest shots against were Bayern Munich.
Your attacking formation, wasn't it? You put in.
The fewest shots against were Bayern Munich by a mile, and they actually had the most shots, though, which that tends to happen with Bayern Munich because they had the most possession, obviously. You can see that 59%. But the most clean sheets, 19. Fewest conceded, only 20. Second, conceded 19 goals more. And we're not even on that page. So there you go. But how do we do in other competitions? That's more important in my eyes. Let's take a look. Semi-final exit on both competitions. And it's again, we come up against Bayern Munich. We just can't get past them. Just can't get past them by Leicester City in the Europa League. That's annoying.
Yeah.
The 2 games we won was both games against Ludogorets. We drew at home to PSG, and we lost 3 games. We didn't score a goal against Liverpool.
We expected to finish, really, wasn't it?
100%. Europa League, though, I'm quite curious to see how we got there. Cologne won it.
That's even worse for us.
Yeah.
That's definitely worse for us.
Both our teams have also won as well.
Yeah. Imagine if we got into that final with beat Leicester. What a final that would have been, wouldn't it?
Because it was Leicester versus Cologne.
Yeah.
God, that would have been one hell of a final.
Yeah.
Let's take a look then how we managed to get there. So did we play in this? What we did, we beat Valencia 6-2. Yeah, that's a very good result. The second round knockout stage, we beat Sporting 8-1. Really good result again. They can have some quality players. And the quarter final, we beat Lille, former French champions, a couple of seasons ago.
Side there, aren't they?
6-1. We were scoring a lot of goals in the first leg.
Yeah.
We go all the way to the semi-final. Unfortunately, we faced Leicester. Oh, look at that.
Oh, no.
So we beat them 4-1 in the first leg. They beat us 5-1 in the second leg and knocked us out 6-5.
Oh, we totally lost to that game, didn't we?
Yeah, we threw it away. We absolutely threw it away. I really, really hope this wasn't like some kind of late goals. 94th minute, 94th minute winner to knock us out. After we scored in the 3rd minute, thinking, we're all safe.
So did they, the 3rd minute. So 2 goals right in the 3rd minute.
We're all safe. Christoph Kramer got himself sent off in the first leg, but we did look quite comfortable.
Yeah.
But, we threw it away. Our end of season form was terrible,
awful.
Really.
When you think of mid-season.
Yeah, that second third of the season from January, February and March looked really, really good.
Run that was.
Oh, that's so frustrating. Squad-wise then, 47 goals in 49 appearances for Yusuf Moukoko. Let's take a look at him. Yeah, he's progressing lovely. That's exactly what we need. 19 composure. I've also trained to beat the offside trap. He has the pace, the anticipation and the off-ball ability to do that. 19 agility as well. He's got some scary attributes as Yusuf Moukoko, and he's only 20. We need to remember that. I could still buy him in 3 seasons' time if we were taking into consideration the restrictions that we are using. But that's what we wanted to see.
Yes, that's what
our
we
second striker scoring 26.
And the next 2, look, 13 and 12 and 11, look.
Yeah,
that's brilliant. That's what you as a squad. That's what you need, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I think more than anything, it's just down to luck. Then. and obviously conceding quite a lot of goals because we're scoring too many. So assists-wise, 14 assists for Felix Aguero. At right back, 13 from Florian Wirtz, where we wanted him to be in that shadow striker role. 12 goals, 13 assists. I'd like a little bit more.
Yeah,
from him, but he's still putting in good performances. He's still only young. That's okay. Okay, we'll go forward. 5th and final season. Who do we bring in?
Something. Let's try and win something.
Yeah. Okay, I've got a marquee signing for you, Dad. Jan Thielmann. He plays everywhere along the front. He's not amazing technically.
He's a good squad player.
Good squad player, though. Very good squad player. I have picked him up because I think he can fulfill a role in centre midfield, but I'll talk more about that later on, because I think what he does have is the ability to go forward. He has a player trait, gets forward whenever possible, and I think he can be a driving force from midfield. Yeah. But I'll show you what I'm thinking later on. And we signed him from Cologne. Ooh. £29 million. He was arguably their best player, a rival. We gave them a player not so long ago. Now we're taking their best one.
Yeah, and he's got 1 goal from the first game. So that's
exactly, and a player of the match in an 8 average rating. Good. Very good. So that's decent. But he's not the only guy that we signed. Another player from Cologne, a youngster, centre back. This is for you guys, the Patreon members, because I had a little bit of money spared over. I signed this guy. He is 6'6" with 18 positioning. At only 18 years of age, with 18 bravery. That guy is hard as fuck. Imagine being 18 and being 6'6". Right. Jesus, he's playing the wrong sport.
Yeah.
He is a centre-back. You can also play left-back, though. We picked him up for £13 million, like I mentioned. Cologne actually is... they haven't been using it. Their second team's been using it.
Well, he's still young, isn't he?
Yeah,
you wouldn't expect him to get into the first squad
God,
yet.
No. We assigned some squad players now, because I think playing in Europe, it takes a toll on the squad. This is what I wanted to do mainly this summer. So Tom Krause was one of the signings that I picked out, because when we did sign him at the very start of June, he was still 23 years of age. So we've picked him up. Very well-rounded, can play in both centre midfield positions that we have. Bryce Kayembe is another regen who can play up front, who can also play on both wings. And I picked him up because he has really good pace and acceleration. And I'm thinking, if we use him at the end of a game when the defence is struggling for stamina and you have that pace and acceleration, you're going to cause some trouble. So we signed him from Bayern Munich. That was £7.25 million in total, which is not bad at all, really. No. Another ex-Bayern Munich player, but he has moved on, is Bright Ariembe. Another really good centre-back backup that we've got. Just 6'2", but he's a squad player. That's what this guy is just going to do. For £3.2 million, I really couldn't turn that down. He's also played for Cologne. So we've got a lot of players there who have been around this area. But the other signings that we made, Jonas Hoffmann is the only player that we sold this season for £4 million. We only spent £54 million. We did have £5 million left with a decent wage budget, but we couldn't really bring anybody in. On the very final day, there was almost a switch of left backs. Because if you take a look here, Luca Netz almost moved to Borussia Dortmund because they activated his minimum fee release clause. And I went, crap. Because this was 4 hours left. So what I did was I had another player ready to be signed. No, it doesn't show it here. If we did lose Luca Netz, in Noah Katbach, who Football Manager players are going to know who that is. He's a good left back, German left back. He's 23. Luca Netz rejected Borussia Dortmund and signed a new contract, taking out his minimum fee release clause.
Of course he did.
Yeah, loyalty.
We're a better team.
Loyalty from Luca Netz. I like it.
Well done, boy.
So he will probably start every single game because he's now my favourite player ever. Tactically then, we are sticking with this, and Jan Thielmann goes in that centre midfield on attack role. Like I mentioned, he has the attributes, I think, to bomb forward in this gap here. The Roman playmaker can then be the Neuhaus, who we have there, Florian Neuhaus, who can play there quite well, is a good ball player. We've got Burkat on the right-hand side. So what I'm hoping is going forward, we then have like a 5-pronged attack. And that's what I'm hoping that this tactic does. I use a very similar system in the Barcelona rebuild that you guys have been enjoying on YouTube, the Youth to Gold version. So you might think that looks familiar. That's where it's from. Schedule-wise, we have done very well. Although we lost to Bayern Munich in the Cup 5-2. We won 13-0 in the first leg. Yusuf Makuku got 6 just to warm him up, really, isn't it?
Well done, boy.
2-1 against Bayer Leverkusen. 5-0 against Arminia Bielefeld. And that's the one I wanted to see. A 4-2 win against Bayern Munich. So, Alexander Isaac and Musiala. Musiala's another player I wanted to get so bad, but there's no way he was leaving Bayern Munich. But Marcus Thuram got 2, Makuku got 1, Burkat got the 85th minute goal in a 4-2 win. Our Champions League group, though. Ooh. Oh.
Stay away from the big guns, and then all of a sudden we get Barcelona into Milan.
Yeah. To be the best, you got to beat the best.
Yeah. Do you know what? I'm going to be a little bit cheeky here and say I think we're going to qualify for the knockout.
Really? Against Inter Milan and Barcelona?
Oh. Yeah, I reckon we're going to do one of them.
All right, okay. Oh, it'll be embarrassing if you finish 4th. All right, okay. Let's simulate this final 5th season. See if we can finally win a trophy. Let's go and simulate it. And in this 5th season, we dropped down to 3rd place. Bayern Leverkusen coming out of nowhere after having all their players plucked away from them, finishing a place above us.
69 points again. They're like consistently there, aren't it?
Yeah, 76. Bayern Munich were down to. They lost 6 games in total. Both of them against us. We beat them 4-0 at their ground.
What a result that was.
Yeah, really, really good. We lost 9 in total, which is disappointing when you look at the clubs. We actually lost both games against Cologne as well. That's really disappointing. That's annoying. We're dropping some very valuable points there. What about other competitions, though? Come on. DFB Pokal will be absolutely wonderful right now. No. Tottenham Hotspur knocked us out of Europa League. We didn't even get anywhere further. The 2nd round by Augsburg.
That's bad.
In the DFB Pokal, 2nd round. The 3 games we won, we beat Barcelona at home. We beat Genk 9-3, and what I must imagine is now the Champions League record for the most amount of goals in a game.
Probably, yeah.
With 12. That's insane there for... That's got to be the biggest victory ever. But yeah, 2nd round knockout in the Europa League, which Arsenal went on and won 3-0 against Porto as well.
Please tell me Arsenal didn't beat Spurs.
Oh, that would be hilarious. Semi-final, they did. They knocked out Spurs 3-1 on aggregate.
You just knew that was going to happen. I just knew that was going to happen.
Quarter-final, you knocked out Villarreal. Arsenal knocked out Slavia Prague. God, they had an easy run all the way to the final then, didn't they?
Yeah.
We knocked out Dynamo Zagreb in the 1st round of the knockout stage, but where we cut our losses was the Tottenham game. They beat us 4-0 in the 2nd leg when we won 3-0. No, 2-0. We won 2-0 in the 1st leg.
Yeah.
And then obviously we played away, and Tottenham won 4-1. Disappointing. Very disappointing.
I am disappointed, actually. I'm alright. We had, what did we come, 2nd 3 times?
3 times, 3rd twice. Runners up once of the DFB Pokal.
Yeah. I mean, we're there and thereabouts. I mean, really, you got to look at it. We have done well because of the signings that you can do with the restrictions you got. So when you're looking at it that way, yes, we have done well, but it's so frustrating to get so close, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. Because this was our worst year as well. Yeah. Really, if you think about it, like we didn't go that far in Europe, and the 2nd round of the DFB Pokal, when every other time we've got to the semi, that's annoying. The goals were 37 from Yusuf Makuku. Marcus Thuram got 26. So that's quite a good amount. They got good contracts on them as well, guys. For Patreon members, they got a good enough contract to. You got the Cuckoo for another 3 seasons at least. If you just refuse to sell him. Burkat, 14 goals and 11 assists. I'm quite interested in how well Jan Thielmann did. 9 goals and 7 assists, but a good average rating in his first season in that centre midfield.
He'll only get better.
So that's the thing, he was decent enough. And Florian Wirtz picked up 18 assists. It's not bad. I just feel like the secondary wasn't there as well as what it was last season. Whereas, we had obviously Thuram, but we had like 3 players above 10, didn't we? Instead of just the 1. So there we go. What is the 5-year plan for Patreon members should they wish to take it on?
It'd be hard to say to do something in Europe, so I'm going to say try and win the domestic cup. Try and win something. I think you've got a good enough squad to play in that league to still be qualified for the Champions League
every year.
Yeah. If you go on into Europe, that's where I think you stand a chance in Europa.
Yeah.
That's where you stand a chance of winning something in there. But let's win a domestic cup. Someone tell me that you've won the domestic cup for this lad here, because he just absolutely loves that cup.
Oh, it's so nice. It's such a nice trophy.
I love the FA Cup. That's yours.
The FA Pokal is mine, If you can win this trophy, I would absolutely love it, because it's been won by every club other than us, it seems. Schalke have won it. They beat Bayern Munich in the final there. That's quite impressive, isn't it?
Was that nearly five
in a row from Bayern Munich. But there we go. Patreon members, Patreon.com/MegaLukeGaming. Let us know down in the comments if you do decide to take it on. Thank you to all of my Patreon members who've been signing up. There is your task for the 5-year plan. And of course, check the Patreon polls because you might be able to vote for a future one. We're doing alternate. So every single one, every other one you guys are voting for, every other one we are deciding what we're doing, whether it's a challenge or just somebody that's crept up into what's happening in real life and just trying to make a story out of it.
Don't forget to tell us what your food like at your ground.
Yes, is the food decent?
We just like it. It's like quite funny.
It's curious, isn't it? If we have rebuilt your club already, and we probably won't be doing it again, just let us know in the comments.
Yeah.
I go to this stadium all the time, and the chips are class. That's what I want to know. Thank you very much for watching. Appreciate you all. And we got to 40,000 subscribers the other day, which is a big up. So you can see when we're recording these a long way into the past. But there you go. Thank you very much for getting us to 40,000. We'll see you next Monday. Bye bye.